Dissatisfaction. Hey, that sounds interesting.
Everybody is familiar with the feeling that things
really
are not as they should be. That you're not successful enough. Your relationship's not satisfying enough.
That's really
that you don't have the things you crave. A chronic dissatisfaction that makes you look outwards with envy and inwards.
I was looking for a video that touches me a bit. I was dissatisfied my entire life, dude.
With disappointment. Pop culture, advertising and social media make this worse by reminding you that aiming for anything less than your dream job is failure. You need to have great experiences constantly, be conventionally attractive, have a lot of friends, and find your soulmate, and that others have all of these things and are truly happy.
Thank you, UVs.
And of course, a vast array of self-improvement products implies that it's all...
Like this morning, undeafen yourself in Discord. I am undeafened. I'm literally sitting here. Everyone can talk to me, my dude. Here's something. I just want to be honest. People are going to shit on me. Today... You know these days where once in a while you watch a video or something and you get heavily motivated. You're like, today I'm fixing my life. Today I'm making a list. I will fix everything. You guys have that too? I had that this morning. Man. You know what I mean? You never have that? What? So this morning I was in the bathtub and I was reading about inflation and stock market, blah, blah, blah. And then I was watching a stock market YouTuber and all of a sudden I came to motivational speeches on YouTube. You know these videos where someone is like, you gotta wake up, you gotta do something. And I listened to two people today. An Asian guy, I really didn't like this guy. I didn't like him. What was internet? They always call it the speech that broke the internet. And it was some Asian dude. This guy, I was watching this today. And I hated this guy. I didn't like him at all.
Cringe and say, don't tell them.
And I was watching this and I got really motivated, man. Oh, I'm gonna make a lot of business today. And I did. And then I came to, here we go, chat. Here we go, chat. I just want to always be honest. I was listening to this morning. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I know you guys... Thank you, abuser. I know you guys hate it. I listened to this today and I really enjoyed it. I think the stuff he said made a lot of sense. He said a beautiful thing that I really saved in my brain today, which was never compare yourself with others. Always compare yourself with you yesterday and try to have little improvements about yourself. I never understand why you guys always shit on Jordan Peterson so much. When I listen to his motivational stuff, I feel it. I think he's telling a lot of truth. I think he's very honest. He doesn't make you have a stupid vision. I enjoyed that, and I think he really helped me today, man, to be a bit more productive. I just want to be honest, man.
Your fault for not working hard enough on yourself.
And he said this thing, which I love, which is, don't compare yourself with others. Thank you, Vlad. Don't feel like you have to be like your neighbor. Compare yourself with yourself. Try to improve every single day in your own little atmosphere. How is that wrong? Just because he said something else outside his motivational speeches, I can't listen to that? It's ridiculous.
In the last 2 days...
No one is talking about his politics here. No one is talking about his politics. Listen to his motivational video there. Take from what you want. I think he said nothing wrong, and it really helped me. Nothing about his fucking politics. It's scary that I literally can't fucking say this without chat going mad because of their little Reddit knowledge.
Researchers have been starting to investigate how we can counteract these impulses.
He called Mohammed a warlord. That doesn't matter. No one is talking about this.
The field of positive psychology emerged,
anyway,
the study of what makes life worth living, while cognitive behavioral therapy was developed to change negative feelings. Scientists began to ask, why are some people happier and more satisfied than others, and are there ways to apply what they're doing right to the rest of us? In this video, we want to talk about one of the strongest predictors of...
And just because I said I was watching a 10-minute Jordan Peterson motivational speech today, we now have an Islam conversation in chat. This is legit what's wrong with the human race, man. Right there. You know what we all need to learn again? To show some empathy. To look at some people and just leave them be. And not always fucking compare our opinion with theirs and then fuck each other over, man.
How happy people are, how easily they make friends, and how good they are at dealing with hardship. An antidote to dissatisfaction, so to speak. Gratitude. While gratitude may sound like another self-improvement trend preached by people who use hashtags, what we currently know about...
A bit stupid. Gratitude means English. That to look at your current situation and be like, good, it's not that bad, right? Kind of like this, right? Right?
As it is based on a body of scientific...
Yeah, maybe that's why you're so lonely, because every time someone has a different opinion, you shit on them.
...work and studies.
And never
we'll
reach out
include
your
them
hands.
in the description. Gratitude can mean very different things to different people in different contexts. It's a character trait, a feeling, a virtue, and a behavior. You can feel grateful towards someone who did something for you.
Thank you, Joe.
For random events like the weather, or even for nature or fate. And it's wired into our biology. How gratitude connects us to each other. The predecessor of gratitude is probably reciprocity.
What? Lisa, huh? Mrs. English. Lisa, what is reciprocity? I have actually never heard that before. Reciprocity. I don't even know how to fucking. Reciprocity. Which means the practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit, especially privileges granted by one country, or so it's communism. It's communism, okay. Helping others, that's communist trash, Lisa. How can you believe in that? Liberal, oh god, liberal, ooh. Yeah, I'm just joking, man.
It likely evolved as a biological signal that motivates animals to exchange
what the fuck? Can you get a joke? Dog, winter, next winter?
For their mutual benefit, and can be found in the animal kingdom among certain fish, birds or mammals, but especially in primates. When your brain recognizes that someone's done something nice for you, it reacts with gratitude to motivate you to repay them.
That's what I'm missing in the human race lately. I don't want to act like I'm such a fucking cool guy, but I'm trying this every day. I'm trying to be nice to people, man.
This gratitude makes you care about others, and others care about you. This was important because as human brains got better at reading emotions, selfish individuals were identified and shunned. It became an evolutionary advantage to play well with others.
Yeah, I was saying, what I feel like, I'm going to sound like an idealist here. What I think is missing lately in our world is empathy. Something happens on a small scale or on the big scale. No one, it seems like less and less people have the ability to think what the other people's emotions are for their actions, why they do something. Everybody is myself, I know it better. Oh, how can you do this? Nobody tries to reach out to others anymore, man. Or less and less, especially older people.
And build lasting relationships. For example, if you were hungry and someone else showed you where to find tasty berries, you felt gratitude towards them and a bond to return the favor in the future. A drive to be pro-social. When you repaid them, they felt gratitude towards you. This brought your ancestors closer together and forged bonds and friendships. So early forms of gratitude were biological mechanisms that modified your behavior towards cooperation, which helped humans to dominate Earth. But over time, gratitude became more than just an impulse to play fair. The consequences of gratitude.
Oh no, is Dankus the fuck playing Rush? Oh my god, leck mich doch am Arsch, ey. We have to keep watching this.
Scientists found that gratitude stimulates the pathways in your brain involved in feelings of reward, forming social bonds, and interpreting others' intentions. It also...
Hanks is back in action. Let's go.
Since I'm
I got
wearing
382
Are you
XP, by
happy
the way,
now?
from Ethiopia.
I swear,
So I support
I'm gonna count to 10, and
That's
after 10,
insane.
everyone who says, look at
how much?
Grisha streams,
382.
Rubber band.
382.
10,
Okay,
3 to 1,
that's
blah blah blah.
fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
You just make them all
to save and retrieve positive memories.
I mean, if you...
Even more, gratitude directly counteracts negative feelings and traits like envy and social comparison, narcissism, cynicism, and materialism. As a consequence, people who are grateful, no matter what for, tend to be happier and more satisfied. They have better relationships, an easier time making friends. They sleep better, tend to suffer less from depression, addiction, and burnout, and are better at dealing with traumatic events. In a way, gratitude makes it less likely that you'll fall into one of the psychological traps modern life has set for you.
So in a way you're saying, if you feel miserable, start using some gratitude. Maybe that's gonna help you. I think that's a good idea, man.
For example, gratitude measurably counters the tendency to forget and downplay positive events. If you work long and hard for something, actually getting it can feel daft and empty. You can find yourself emotionally back where you started and try to achieve the next biggest thing, looking for that satisfaction instead of being satisfied with yourself. Or imagine being lonely and wanting to have more friends. You actually...
Dude, he's using this picture to show loneliness. I think this is the best evening. You just came home, you listen to music, lo-fi, you have a great view, you go onto PC, play fucking multiplayer games all night. This is the greatest life.
Lonely and wanting to have more friends. You actually might have someone or even multiple people who want to hang out, but you might feel that this is not enough, that you're a loser and feel bad about yourself. So you might turn down their attempts to hang out and become more lonely. If you feel grateful for your relationships instead, you might accept invitations or even take the initiative. The more often you risk opening up, the higher the chance of solidifying relationships and meeting new people. In the best case, gratitude can trigger a feedback loop. Positive feelings lead to more pro-social behavior, which leads to more positive social experiences that cause more positive feelings. This is a common experience after serious hardship, like chemotherapy, for example. Life can feel amazing after a crisis is over. The smallest things can be bottomless sources of joy, from being able to taste to just sitting in the sun or...
That is so important. I realize in life is, do you guys know that feeling when you are sick, right? You always think, man, I really took it for granted when I wasn't sick. You guys know that? And that shows you how fucking lucky we are. When my grandpa died, I realized, oh my god, this is how life can be? Fuck this, man. Like, we have such a good life most of the time. And that brings us back to gratitude, man. Like, some people out there are battling cancer, man, and we are complaining about someone's opinion on Reddit and shit, man. And if you really put that in perspective, that really helps you a lot, man.
Or chatting with a friend. Objectively, your life is the same or maybe even slightly worse than before, but your brain compares your present experiences with the times when life was bad and reacts with gratitude.
That is so genius. I have this theory that the most successful humans are often people that come out of, if you look at music, right, like jazz, blues, rap, the most successful ones are people that are most of the time, raised in a poor neighborhood. And it's because you can always reflect to harder times. And I always said this really edgy thing that I think that poverty, in my opinion, for me personally, this is always very edgy, for me personally, was kinda a little bit of a blessing and a gift. Because poverty helped me, like this guy in the mirror here, reflecting on my previous life, and it makes you happier.
So, in a nutshell, gratitude refocuses your attention towards the good things you have. And the consequences of this shift are better feelings and more positive experiences. While it is great to know these things, is there actually a way for you to feel more of it? How to make your brain more grateful.
Here we go, he's now teaching us.
The ability to experience more or less gratitude is not equally distributed. You have what's known as trait gratitude that determines how much you are able to feel it. It depends on your genetics.
He's kind of saying it's not your fault if you're nasty.
Personality and culture. This discovery made scientists wonder if they could design exercises that change your trait gratitude and lead to more happiness. Let's start with important caveats. It's not yet entirely clear to what degree gratitude can be trained or how long the effects last. There are no magic pills for happiness. Life is complicated. On some days it feels like you're in control of yourself, and on others you feel like you're not. And this is okay. Also, sometimes pursuing happiness can make you more unhappy if you put too much pressure on yourself. Gratitude should also not be seen as a solution to depression or a substitute for professional help. It can only be a piece of the puzzle. It's not the solution to the puzzle itself. The easiest gratitude exercise, with the most solid research behind it, is gratitude journaling. It means sitting down for a few minutes, 1 to 3 times a week, and writing down 5 to 10 things you're grateful for. It might feel weird at first, so start simply. Can you feel grateful for a little thing, like how great coffee is, or that someone was kind to you?
Today I'm trying
Can
to
you
get to feel
appreciate
very
something
quick.
someone else did for you? Can you reflect on which things or people you would miss if they were gone and be grateful that they're in your life? We're all
Kevin's messing your
different,
comments up,
so
you should
you'll
have
know
said,
what
because we're
works for
scrolling.
you. Things shouldn't be that simple. But in numerous studies, the participants reported more happiness and a higher general life satisfaction after doing this
Yeah, you guys are
practice for a
demons.
few weeks. And even more, studies have found changes in brain activity some months after they ended. Practicing gratitude may be a real way to reprogram yourself. This research
nice
shows
approach,
that
man.
your emotions are not fixed. In the end, how you experience
I
life is
think-
a representation of what you believe
But
about
obviously, you
it.
guys still get to me.
If you
man.
attack your core beliefs about yourself and your life, you can change
getting
your
much better.
thoughts and feelings, which automatically changes your behavior. It's pretty mind-blowing that something as simple as self-reflection can hack the pathways in our brain to fight dissatisfaction. And if this is no reason to be more optimistic, what is? Being a human is hard, but it doesn't need to be as hard. And if you actively look,
Respect
you
to
might
Tommy, I
find
quoted
that
the
your
same
life
word.
is much better than you thought.
Yeah, I reached a point where I feel like everybody always, streaming is so easy, you just play games all day. People don't understand the massive mental load. Like, you're gonna say, oh, you wanna cry? You wanna cry? Yeah, but I'm gonna be an asshole and say this. If being a professional streamer was easy, everybody will do it.
If you're curious and want to try out gratitude, we made a thing.
You
Please
make a
know that you
gratitude
don't need to...
journal for your viewers?
you-
Man, I'm gonna watch more Kurzgesagt in the future. Great fucking YouTube channel.